Hey everybody, I'm going to try my best and explain to you some of the ways that I go about doing some ZoomNotes DPC planners. To begin with, I had no idea what I was doing in here, so I've kind of learned through some trial and error and watching some other girls' YouTube videos, doing some research online. So anyway, this is what's helped me the most, so that's what I thought I would share with you guys. First and foremost, when you open up ZoomNotes, this is kind of your home screen that it'll open up to. So you'll normally, you first open it up, it's going to look more something like this, where it's got pretty much just your instructions about ZoomNotes that you could do. It's got a generic planner that I deleted, and it's got kind of some step-by-step guides. I didn't find those a lot to be helpful for myself, but if you do, you're welcome to try them. So anyway, this is kind of how it starts. To begin with, of course, I went to our because I only use DPC planners. So I went to our website or Etsy shop, downloaded them just to my drive in my cloud, and then to add them, there's a little plus sign up here. I hit the wrong thing. There's a little plus sign up here. If you go to import, and then you'll scan at the bottom is where my iCloud is. If you've saved them in Dropbox, if you've saved them in Google Drive, those are also listed there. So you would just click on that wherever you've done it. Mine's in here. And as you can see, I downloaded quite a bit. So we are just going to put one of the newer ones with our sunshine on here. And searching for it up here. It pops it up. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to import it as a digital planner. And it's going to import. Okay, so here's our digital planner. You'll see there's a couple of things on here that will help you. If you up here in the top, your top browser may not look the same, but up here at the top, this Z for ZoomNotes with the little pencil on it is helpful. That's your document name. I want to click that yes, it has a cover. If you want to read only, if you're done with the month and you don't really want to change anything, or it's a journal and you don't really want to mess it up on accident, you can put a read only. If you're going to export it somewhere else and you want it to be a read only, you can click that at that point. I don't want it to be a read only right now. This UUID, I don't know what it stands for, but it will come in play a little bit later, maybe in the next video, not tonight. That will tell us when we go to making our dashboards, and that you guys have seen some of us post, and then we can link those to other things. So the UUID is kind of what's useful there. So we'll come back to that later. If you want your pages numbered, you can click that box. If you want them same as titled, subtitled, all that. The PDF page caching and the PDF tiling, not really sure what they do, but I always leave them on. Preferred color scheme, I haven't tried and played with that yet. Master layers, protecting the master layers. Yes, eventually you probably do want to protect your master layers. I'm not that depth into it yet because I don't share them. But I'm sure that is something if you were making your own planners, you would want to obviously protect those. I'm not using tags, external layers I don't need. And then pick your language, obviously. So I'm going to hit done there. Another good thing about this program also is you've got all these options up here. You may not see all those options up here. If you click on one of them and hold, see the little arrow, just click to one and hold. It'll bring up all of your tools that are available. So you can kind of create and move these around, I guess, as you want them to. I have the ones that I use the most over here, up at the top and then on the side. And so that kind of helps you get to things quicker as you're moving along inside your planner. So that's kind of how those are. If I'm going to touch and do anything, I always click on the little cross arrow. So that kind of gives you some generals. Um, your settings, not your settings is your little gear shift. Your toolbar, is what I clicked on. You can insert pictures from there. You can insert videos or whatever you want to insert from the web or wherever, screen grabs. You can insert events if it's connected to your calendars and you want to post something in your calendar. There is a way to link it. I've not completely sold on how to do that yet. As soon as I figure it out, we'll share it. Um, if I need to import a different PDF inside this PDF that I've already downloaded with the Sunshine Planner, I could do that as well. I'm not into that depth of stuff yet. And then your little gear shift. Because I'm on the handwriting tool, the last that I used, that's what it's going to bring up. So that's what my settings is for. So you've got all these different pen options. Once you click on those pen options, go back. Then you can pick your colors, you can pick the thickness, and you can also drag it to pick your thickness or pull it back to the left and it'll make it thinner. You can also do that down here. So I don't know if you can see that, but if you pull it down, it'll get thinner, and if you pull it up, then it gets thicker. So that kind of helps you. You can pick a soft line or a soft, there's bazillions of things you can pick on here. The opacity, whether or not you want it to be lighter or darker. You can click on your helpers if you want them to be a certain shape as you're drawing things. So that's kind of a helpful tip. So there's obviously your trash can, your ruler if you need it. Okay, so moving on. These icons up here, if I could find them with my phone here. These icons up here are very, very helpful to me. This is your layers icon, and if you don't know anything about layers, we can go into that some more detail. But layers, think of your master layer as kind of what you want your tabs to be set on every page. Master layer is something you want to see on every page that you have. So you would want to set your master layers up first and foremost if you're wanting to name those tabs. Then you would go in and actually, you can lock it with your little lock key. We don't want to lock this one right now because there's nothing on it, but that's how you would lock it. Then if you wanted your background to be lighter or darker, you can see how that plays with how light and dark my cover does. So that's kind of what layers is. That's very important. This all has to do with how my Apple Pencil maneuvers. I don't know what the word is I want to try to use, but how it's acting against the iPad. This is a very important one. This little one that, oops, sorry, you're out of my screen. This little one right here that looks like a paper, it actually is your paper. So you can go back a page, you can go forward a page. You saw the page change when I did that. Okay. We went forward a page. You can add a page behind, add a page in front. Now, mind you, it does not add this exact page. It adds just a blank screen. So I'll show you how to copy that in a little bit as well. But those are all different things. If you need the settings for your pages, the settings button down here for your gear shift is also on there. So it'll show you, again, if you're going to add a page, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to give you the page page size, the padding. If you want whiteboard mode, the width of your pages, portrait, landscape, lottie. It's going to go on and down and give you a bazillion and one things. Sorry, my husband turned the light on behind me and it kind of glares when he does it. You can set a certain page to be default. Maybe that's what you want to do, is just find one of the blank pages that she has with the tabs set on them and make that your set default page, and that would probably be helpful. Then you could just add the pages and it would pull them in like you want them to. As we would know from add a page on those of us that started in GoodNotes, it would be similar to that. And so anyway, excuse me, I may cough. That's what our page is for. Okay. Volume, we don't need a volume, and export. We're not needing to export it anywhere right now. Okay, so this is your notebook. So first and foremost, remember we want to go up here to our layers button, and where we want a master layer. So we're going to hit master layer first. We're going to hit our plus button to add a master layer. There's our master layer. Perfect, we've got it. Going back, my current layer check mark is on page 1. I don't want that. I want my master layer. So in order to do that, I need to unlock it, make it current. I always lock this one so I don't get confused and it doesn't try to get back on here. And then I hit done. It's the visible one and it is the master layer. So then if you take 2 fingers and kind of pinch, it'll zoom in. And I always zoom in if I'm going to work on that. Come on. I'm used to not holding a phone in one hand and doing this. Okay, then I'm going to click on my type button up here. So there's my alphabet, you see, the A. So that gives me a text box. And then I'm going to click right underneath actually where my pink is because I don't want my, didn't want my cursor to actually take me to that page and it would have tried to. So I'm going to do them right below it and then I'll pull them up when I'm done. Okay, so I've clicked on the A. Now I'm going to scroll down here and show you the bottom of the screen. You'll see all of the kind of toolbars that I need to go along with that. Okay, so it's going to be in white ink, perfectly fine. And actually, DPC planners tend to turn black. The tab will turn black when you pick on that tab, so white ink would be good for this. There's my, my fonts. So I am going to appear to one of my new favorites, Adora Charlie, and we use, per the group that we're in, I tend to go to iFont with Apple products and download free fonts there. So I've got that. Then my size, obviously my size is going to be slightly too big for my tab. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to, I clicked on the numbers. If you didn't catch that, okay, clicked on the numbers. Then I can go up here and I can either use the slide or I can double click the box and highlight it all and type in the size that I want it to be. So let's try 15. I don't know if that's going to be too small or not, but we'll try it. So then there's my cursor, and we're going to say, we like our spots in DPC. We're going to say spot. And you'll notice that it's centered right now. So it typed over there. So I'm going to take my bottom. Oh, where did I go? It jumped on me. Hold on a minute. Let's try that again. Spot. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my bottom orange, which sometimes you have to kind of zoom back out to get it there. But you'll zoom back out. And there you can see your bottom red corner. Okay, so I want to take him back up here where he goes. I'm going to pull him back over here so he's back centered where I want him to be. And then I can zoom back in. If you push 2 fingers and pull at the same rate, it'll move the whole page too. I don't know if you caught that. Okay, so spot will be our first one. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go up here. So there's spot. He's in his spot. Haha. Okay, he looks kind of small on there. So that's when you can, if you want to go back and, oh, there my other one decided to pop up again. I don't know what I did, but he's back. So we'll just change him to be week 1, let's say. Or let's see, we all like our meal planning. We can meal plan this one. Okay, so meal plans will be the second one. Okay, see how the little spot is up here? So I'm going to go ahead and start on this one. We're going to try to make him a little bit bigger before we go any further. And there's another way to do this. I'll do that on the next one. Okay, so there's my 15. I'm going to click on him. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to drag him about 23 maybe. Let's try him. So there I am, pulling him over. But I'm going to go to the blue dot up here, and the blue dot is what pulls. I don't know if you caught me doing that with Spot. But the blue dot is what will pull him around where I want him to be. Okay, so there I've got my meal plans on there. Okay, so then I'm going to very carefully, this is where it gets tricky on this one, if you click and hold on him on Spot, because you don't want to click on the actual, sometimes zooming in helps, you don't want to click on the actual tab because it's going to take you to that page, but you want to click and hold so it comes up with him. Okay, then there's, it's teal box now instead of a dark blue box. A teal box in ZoomNotes means you can twist and turn it and maneuver it. Okay, I'm just going to move him when that teal box is there. You see the middle square. You click, I don't want double, but thank you very much. We'll use him later. That's how you get a double, just like you would a picture in GoodNotes. That's the same. Okay, so I'm going to click and hold again up here. I want back on him. Come on. So go on, I don't need that. So I'm just going to scoot him down here. We'll scoot him to the side. Also, when it's on that teal, if you would like, the other way I was going to show you how to do this is you can just click on one of your red squares at the top and drag him, and he'll make it bigger. Okay, the only problem with that is it also, you can distort it some. You can do all kinds of things with it by pulling those sides and angles. But see how much bigger it made my red box, my text box? I don't like that, and so that's why I don't like to do it that way unless I'm angling something or really trying to play with something. So anyway, we are going to click and hold, delete him. Okay, back up here, make sure I'm still on my A and I've not defaulted over to my cross. So yes, I'm still on my A, so I'm going to just click on him. Maybe double clicked in that box when it was teal and it lets me change it again. So we're going to double click, highlight the whole thing, go down here to the bottom. Remember it was 23 we liked. So I'm just going to type it in there. And 23 it does. Hit done. Make sure that my bottom box is tall enough. And I'm going to pull him back up here and put him in center. If you really want to be specific, you can scoot your red dots over to the edges of your tabs so he's actually centered. I am not too terribly worried about that for this one. But anyway, okay, so I've got two of my tabs labeled. I'm not going to label the rest of them. It'll take forever. So we've got two of them labeled there. Okay, so master layer is still my current layer over here when I hit my layer key. If I go ahead and unclick my current layer down there, excuse me, unlock my first layer over here, click on current there, then I can lock my master layer. So that's how I would do that. Then I would go up here and go to edit. I want my master layer to be the bottom layer. I want him to always be seen no matter what. And then I would hit done. I'm done editing that and I'm done with that page. So that's where it goes. So then I'm back up here on my front page. Okay, so on all of our DPCs, this will take you back to your front page at all times. Your blue little tab. So this is our, what we would call our front home page that has the brain of our notebooks and planners in them. You'll also notice, see how the star turned black? That's all a DPC planner thing too. The page that she's on, like I told you, is going to stay black. So, but you'll notice we changed pages and what is still there? Our tabs are still labeled there. Okay, now I say that. Watch this. Okay, let's go back to our home button because I know that's really close. I'm so far zoomed out, it doesn't want to touch it. Okay. Back to my home page where we spent time a while ago. I'm going to go back over here on my side panel. I hope you can see that. I'm going to go back so it goes there. Okay, do you see what I see? Up here in the top, our tabs stayed on our home page. Okay, that's fine and dandy. you go up here back to your layer, see the visible check mark? I don't want the master layer to be visible on this page. So I'm going to uncheck my visible layer. That one took me a while to figure out. I want my first page and everything that I did on the first page still visible because the first page goes page by page and there's nothing on here. My master layer is going to go to every page on my note in my document. So I don't want it to be visible on my home page. I don't need tabs on my home page. There's no tabs showing, so I don't need to label them. Okay, that is a quick, pretty good synopsis of how I do that thing. Okay, now the next question that I know I had today was somebody asked about keeping their, because I said I keep my, you'll see on the side, we're over here now. I'm going to go back up here and cheat a little bit so I can get back on my spots because I know where she keeps them. So I'm going to go to my spot page. Okay, there's my spot page. Okay, from here I can click on my little pin and write spot if I would like to. Spot. I can type spot. I already showed you that. Erase. I can erase. So that's one of my favorite things here is you can actually, if you push harder, it gets a bigger spot eraser. If you lighten up your pressure, then it's a smaller eraser. So there's that. Okay, back to the stickers. I do it. I double click. Somebody said they did a split screen with a vertical notebook like I have here. I can do a split screen pretty easily. If you have one of the newer iPads, you'll see your bottom scroll line here. GoodNotes. So I would click it. Pull it up. Stop trying to share it. Click it, pull it up. Maybe. There it goes. So it's going to open up in this separate window. I actually want it to be over here, so I'm going to click and drag over here. Okay, this is what they're talking about. You can do a split screen on some of the newer iPads. If you click on that, it'll take that sidebar away. I'm going to take him away for a second. So what I was saying is I go in, knowing that I wanted to do that. I'm going to click on my spot notebook up here. Get rid of him, go to index. I was spotted. Okay, there's all my spot stickers. All bazillion of my spot stickers. So I'm just going to click on one of them. I'm going to go back up here to my lasso tool. Clicked on lasso. Today's to-do list is crush it. I lassoed just him. Click the arrow over. I copy him. I go back over here. I click and hold, just like I would on the other side. The pencil doesn't like to click and hold. I will warn you that. Click and hold with my finger. I'm going to paste him. And then I can maneuver him just like I could in GoodNotes. I can twist him and turn him because I've got that teal bar up there. Click in the middle, move him around to wherever I want him to go. So that's kind of how that works. I'll show you a couple of more here. Let's do spot reading. That's kind of cute. So spot can read. So lassoed him. Tab over, copy. And then go over here, push and hold with my finger, paste, and then there I can resize him, move him in the middle, or tilt him with the teal. So hopefully that helps you guys some. Like I said, I'll try to do some more videos here as we get going. That's a little more in depth, the stuff of setting stuff up as well as the dashboards. To get this split screen off too, if you'll just drag that little bar down, I drag him up, make him a full screen, and then I can double click my bar and swipe him away. Okay, so the dashboards, if you don't know what we're talking about on the dashboards, this was my latest dashboard. It looks like this. Screen back over here. So this is kind of what he looks like. If I click on my DPC planners, it's going to go to my daily planner. This is just for pretty. Happy Thoughts is pretty. My life, aka my brain, that kind of goes to my. It's got a tab. It's the notebook that we were just in. The portrait style notebook. But it literally is my brain. It has all my lists and all my to-dos and everything like that in it. My journal for journaling prompts. If you're in the fitness group, Beth does some great journaling prompts for us, as well as just my daily journals can go in there. This goes actually, even though it's shown as a portrait, if I click on it, it goes to my landscaped planner. As you can see here, I'm working on one of my other weeks, and so it's just taken me to a template because that's what I had opened last. Um, and then my Google Calendar. This is my favorite part, okay, because we pull everything from our families that our family keeps in the Google Calendar, and then from there, that's how I pull it into my planner. So being able to get to my Google Calendar and go back and forth into it is a daily thing for me. So Google Calendar is very important. Click on that. It automatically opens up our family Google Calendar. Ta-da! So that is also one of my absolute favorite features. So hope that helps, and I'll kind of go into how I did all that on another video. Like I said, this one's already getting long enough. So anyway, I hope this helps, and if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Everybody always says on their YouTube channel, subscribe and follow me and all that, and so you get updates of when I do some live videos. So there you go, guys. Hope it helps. Bye.